What is up, everybody? It is decision day for four-star wideout CJ Wiley, Milton High School. He's there. Jeremy Johnson is there, our very own. And we're going to take you to that commitment here shortly. It is 3:57 p.m. It's supposed to happen around 4 o'clock. And Rusty, this is a big, big decision for Georgia in this class. What do we know right now? What can you tell us anything about what's going on? It has been so quiet. This is Nakobe Dean-esque. I feel like.
First of all, can you hear me? Am I good?
I got you.
Okay. I had some mic issues. Yeah, man, this is one of those ones. I don't think that he's told anybody yet. I talked to our guys, and they haven't said. We don't know, and I'm pretty sure talking to Shay Dixon, LSU, is very connected on LSU beat. He doesn't know as well. We feel like this is going to be one of those ones we're going to watch with you guys. And you kind of put pieces of the puzzle together with someone like this. But let's talk about CJ Wiley and what makes him, Jake, this coveted and why he's such a big target here for the Bulldogs. Let's go back a little bit of history. Dad played football at LSU. Chuck Wiley, all SEC. Got drafted, played a long time at the Atlanta Falcons.
Defensive lineman, by the way.
Defensive lineman. Mom ran track at LSU, so he's got some connections there, obviously, to the family. I believe his uncle is a college football coach at Utah. So he's got a lot of athletic genes in that family tree. And this is a young man that has lived in Georgia for a long time. I think since he was 4, I believe, is what I was told today. So he has some roots in the state of Georgia as well. But 6'3.5", shade under 6'4", 210 pounds at the Nashville On-3 Elite. Jakey had over 1,400 yards receiving last year. He averaged 21.7 yards a catch last year for the 7A state champions Milton. And this young man, I first met him in the 8th grade, played at Alpharetta for 2 years and transferred over to Milton. He and Ethan Barber both finishing up in Milton, Georgia commit, playing at Milton. So very highly coveted young man. This is one of those players, Jake, I saw as an 8th grader, 9th grader. And I'll be honest with you, it wasn't like it was easy then. He was kind of lanky. He just grew into his body, man. He got better and better and better. And the thing that changed CJ Wiley to me was at his size, Jake, he ran 10,800 verified laser this spring, running track, which I love high school athletes running track. And then it just kind of changed his recruitment. I remember Charles Power. We saw him in person. Then he got that time twice. I think he ran 10.91, then he ran 10.84. So, he was back to back there under 11 in his frame. Big time target, man.
Absolutely, man. And this is the kind of guy that, it's been tough to find this guy in the Peach State for a while. It really has. I know they had Mike Matthews last year, but it's been I don't know. It's been kind of tough for Georgia to gain traction for this kind of guy early in the process, and it's kind of weird. So I don't know. I'm really interested to see how this shakes out for Georgia because, like you said, it seems like Georgia's been in a good spot for a while. It seems like Georgia has been able to recruit him really well, and they've done a really nice job making him, feel like he's wanted.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's you just don't know at this point. And Jeremy has just joined us. I'm not sure where we're at in terms of the commitment ceremony, but we are seeing some of that. If we want to try and get that up on the screen just for a second, just to kind of give folks a look at maybe what the scene looks like there from Milton High School. When we get an opportunity, that's what we're looking at right now. I'm sure there's going to be some words said. There's 3 hats on the table: Georgia, Florida State, LSU. What we do know is we know Florida State got the last official visit, and Florida State, man, they can recruit. They know what they're doing. We found that out last year with KJ Bolden. The camera may have just fell off the counter there.
Trust me, I was at KJ Bolden's last year, and it was not my best moment. You couldn't hear anything. It just one of those deals for kind of let you guys down. I'm sorry on that. Camera work. You guys talked over it. A good job. So Jeremy's connecting right now. He's texting us right now. So we'll come right back. The hat science. Everybody's trying to get the hat science down. Listen, this is the thing. I've been doing this a million times. You're in a field house. You're in a block building. We're going to do the best we can right here with this stream. Should be here shortly with this. So, I think James Coley.
Jeremy just let us know, by the way, that he is about to go. So
okay, let's get it. That's good. I'm not going to take too long. James Coley, if he gets him, he turned the heat up on this deal. When he got the wide receiver job, things kind of changed. So let's see if we can get into this. See if we can get some volume here on that.
There it is. Yeah! But State, fantastic school, man. Great coaching staff, a lot of good things over there. What made you choose them?
They've been recruiting me since I was a freshman. Just really did been trusting the process, and I was really got to achieve my goals over there.
All right, cool. Hey guys, give it up one more time for CJ.
well,
there you go. And that's why things were quiet. Florida State gets the last visit there.
Yep.
Gets them in this weekend. And, didn't hear a ton of buzz about Florida State until maybe this morning. I heard, maybe a rumbling or two, nothing that I thought would be, something like this. But, man, you never know. You never know. And big time surprise there. Big get for Florida. Big time get there. So Georgia's really, this wide receiver class, we're going to talk about that, some of the things where they're going to do there. They're not done at wide receiver. This was a major, major target right here. This is certainly someone they will not quit recruiting. But today, big get for Florida State going into Metro Atlanta and getting CJ Wiley.
Hey, we got that timing pretty good. And I know Georgia fans don't want to hear this, but I tell you what, those are unicorn recruitments these days where you just absolutely positively don't feel comfortable enough to go with anybody. They're in the late going. I mean, you see maybe 2 or 3 of those per class, and this kid played it close to the vest. You talked about Isaiah Gibson kind of controlling the narrative. Well, CJ Wiley did this exactly his way, and he kept it under wraps.
Didn't say a word to anyone, and talked to some people at Milton this morning, and that's the reason why I didn't make a RPM for on 3. I just did not know. And I said on our board today, look, guys, I don't know 100%. I would lean more toward Georgia right here, but we're going to find out when you guys find out. And we found out Florida State with a big one right here. And we'll see, kind of as the next couple of days come off, how things are and where he is. Certainly Georgia not going to let up here. They're going to continue to recruit him, big time target. But listen, Florida State with a lot of momentum here, getting Kevin Wynn out of Greene County the other day, who was on campus this past weekend, and getting CJ Wiley to verbally commit today at Milton High School.
No doubt about it. And, to kind of recap where Georgia's wide receiver class is, they've got Thomas Blackshear in the fold. They reel Talon Taylor in about as quietly as a top 50 overall prospect as you'll find, when Georgia got him. They've still got some other guys on the board. Landon Roldan, a kid from North Oconee High School, can absolutely fly. They're in the mix there. They're also heavily in the mix there for Tyler Williams, the kid out of Armwood down in Florida. Another guy that, listen, I've spoke about him on the show. I've posted about him on the board. Really like him. I know Georgia likes him a lot too. And like you said, they're going to continue recruiting CJ Wiley. Travis Smith is still out there. Georgia's still recruiting. But this one's, it stings, man. It's going to sting for Georgia fans to lose a guy like this. My personal opinion, just snap judgment here, is that CJ Wiley is the kind of kid that, this might be done. It's rare, but so is a quiet recruitment, so this might be the kind of kid that's like done with this whole thing. And, listen, this is not the kind of kid that, he may go to Milton High School, but he had the LSU ties too. And neither one of the schools, the home state advantage or the alma mater advantage with the parents, didn't matter in this one. Florida State got the commitment.
Yeah, big time get right there from Mike Norvell and those guys. And we'll focus more on where Georgia goes now. What does this mean? Because this is a big time. You got a lot of momentum yesterday getting Isaiah Gibson on the defensive side. But, with this one, this was a guy they were really locked in on, a guy they had on campus multiple times. They really this was a big time target for them. And, long way to go here. Obviously, we've been through this for a while. I do not anticipate Georgia letting up an ounce here on CJ Wiley. It's not going to be one of those things they're going to let up at all. But, he comes in today, very, very quiet young man. And, you see how he handled it. He did, and it took about 1 minute. He put on a Florida State hat, and that was it. So we will dig more into this on DawgsHQ. What does this mean? Where do they go from here? Where's the wide receiver targets in this class? Man, what is that? I mean, Thomas Blackshear, the guy that was, that was kind of a Georgia, Tennessee, Florida State battle. Then you go Talon Taylor, who Georgia just got at wide receiver. They beat Ohio State. They beat Michigan. They beat Notre Dame for him. Big time target. But lose one today. Lose CJ Wiley to Florida State. And you never say never in this business. But Georgia will rebound. Let's see where they go with this, see how this class unfolds here. And got to get some wide receivers in this class for sure.
Took one on the chin today. That's absolutely true on the recruiting trail. There's been many of these days, and there's been a lot of good ones too. A lot more good than bad. And Georgia's still pushing for that number 1 class, number 2 in the country right now, and a lot going on there. So we'll have that covered for you over at DawgsHQ. But for today, that's all we got. We'll take care.